you said that education is an important part of the effort to conserve, to preserve our natural riches. Haribon is doing that. Can you talk about some of the things that Haribon is doing? Who are you reaching out to, and what are you sharing with them?
We have a project there in Sierra Madres, in different parts of Quezon, developing local leaders for biodiversity. And we have a team that created modules for education, so that we can teach. It can be included in the mainstream. Everyday school, like children to high school. I mean, they will learn all about the environment and its importance. Kasi you need to know why. They need to know. The children, the future people would need to know why they should protect the environment, why they should love the environment. You cannot love something that you don't know. So you have to start with education.
I remember you said earlier that you work with indigenous communities, and part of the work is really also educating them about the values of their environment. How receptive are they? I mean, are they willing to work with Haribon and other groups?
Yes, they are.
I would think that they probably have a thing or two to teach Haribon as well, right?
So, definitely. I'm asking our people to take a look into their practices from long time ago, because, syempre, indigenous practices is a identity of our nation. So, but yeah, they're very happy to work with us, because sometimes all they need really is direction. And recent that during carding, bago mag-carding yung ating si Pangulo, si Mang Francisco, he was getting scared because he saw how typhoons devastated the area. So he's like, he doesn't want that to happen again. So that's why he became a forest ranger. From illegal logger to forest ranger. So when he saw the value, when he was educated about the value of the forest, then he fell in love with it. And that's where his passion came from to help protect it.
Now, it's interesting. Haribon, as I said earlier, is an old organization, but it's been a silent worker all of these years. Maybe because it's not as I suppose, militant in its ways. It's more based on, they do a lot of scientific research, community work. But again, I suppose the drawback there is that, not much people, it doesn't draw as much attention from the public as it should.
Yeah, we're not very dramatic. We're a partnership organization. We're not a militant organization. Yeah, so meaning partnership organizations, which means we will sit down with people.
And you do research also for collaboration with universities and different organizations
from abroad. That's right. Yes, like BirdLife is one of our biggest funders. E is also one of our biggest funders. So they help us with research. So right now we're doing research on our species. We call it species of hope. No, we do research on their bleeding heart pigeon. We do research on the rufous hornbill, and of course, syempre, we still continue to look out for research for the Philippine eagle. They're very charismatic species.
It's interesting that Haribon Foundation started out as a society for bird watchers. Are there still bird watchers in Haribon? I mean, or has it evolved into something broader that looks at, marine life, terrestrial life?
Yes, we've already evolved into looking into other ecosystems, because we realize that we cannot live on trees and birds alone. You need that. If you want the birds and the trees to survive, you need
the ecosystem.
Exactly. You need to take care of the ocean as well. Yes. So it has to be like what I said. It has to be a complete circle.
But is there tourism opportunity there? Maybe I noticed that in some places, resorts and mountain resorts are becoming popular. Bird watching, I think, is also an untapped potential in the Philippines, because we have a lot of indigenous birds in the Philippines, more than there are elsewhere. Is that a correct fact to cite?
Yes, it is. But
But is there potential there for
there's potential
for bird watching?
There's potential.
Sounds boring, but
yeah,
but not to people who invest, hundreds and thousands of dollars in camera equipment.
This is one challenge that I have actually that I want to address. It's that because with marine life, it's sexier. They have the whales. They're massive. They're muscular, but they're very graceful, right? So they're very sexy. Birds are like birds. So how do you make them attractive to people? Well, I'm approaching it in such a way that they're actually the dinosaurs. They're still there, and they're very smart, and they're funny. They're really funny. So we have to fall in love with the species in order to protect them. Like I said a while ago, you have to know them to love them, and if you want to protect them, you have to love them. So bird watching is a big possibility for tourism. But I would, as of now, focus on trees. Yeah, like mountainscapes. Scenery. Landscape photography. Yes, like people who want to ride on their motorbikes and enjoy the breeze. They appreciate that. So when they ride through Sierra Madre, they always say,
take a break from the city.
Exactly. The air is so fresh. We feel so renewed. We feel refreshed. We can go back again to work. I'm recharged.
Now, there are many organizations out there, right? But what's different with Haribon? If people are looking to get involved, what's with Haribon that maybe is not available elsewhere? What makes it different?
What makes Haribon different is that we're not only focused nga, as I said, on tree planting. We don't just give it the saplings and dig the hole for you and just for you to put the tree there. We take care of the community. That's why we can really brag about the 1 million trees, because they're all alive. We have a 96.5% survival rate. And not very many people, no other organization can actually claim that. Not only that, we also work as an ecosystem, like I said, so the trees, so we take care of the community, and then we take care of, we work with the LGU. So it's a complete circle. It's a loop. It's a closed loop. So that's why you can work with Haribon and have the confidence that we are doing what we're supposed to be doing.
And why should people get involved? You were mentioning earlier before our program started that you recently got a report about the deforestation alert in the Philippines.
Yes, we have a 7,000.
What's the urgency?
It's really, really urgent, because like from November 16 to November 20, 2022, so that was just like last week. There's 7,570 deforestation alerts.
What does that mean? What does it mean to have a deforestation alert?
A deforestation alert means that we're losing forest cover. Somebody's cutting down our trees. And they were spotted in Palawan, Surigao, and Agusan. So those areas have to be watched over and taken a look at, and how much damage has been done, and then how much rehabilitation should be done.
Is there any single culprit that's responsible? Is it mining? Is it agro farming? Is it land development, or is it all of these things?
It most likely, like in Palawan, it could be real estate. Because more people want to live there. They have this illusion, or not illusion, that this dream that they want to retire in the beautiful land of Palawan. It could be illegal. It could be mining, because people want to clear the area so that they can start doing pit mining. Or it's really a lot of factors. They could just be, they just want to sell the wood. Is there something that you'd like the government to look at, or maybe some government intervention that you think that's urgently needed? You mentioned these deforestation alerts, but it's really the problem is much broader than that, right? I mean, is there something urgent that the government should do? Because we've been hearing that the government is concerned about climate change. They want to have green policies, but again, the details are what's important. What should they look at? I mean, these policymakers who are keen on doing something. What would you recommend for them to look at? As the priority. I would ask them to look at implementation of protection of key biodiversity areas.
Okay.
The KBAs, because like I mentioned a while ago,
Right.
it may be a KBA but it's not being protected.
Okay.
We have to beef up our enforcement. For instance, like in Iglitbaco, our forest rangers are not paid well.
Okay.
Then to top it all off, there's always a threat to their lives.
Oh.
Yes, they're not allowed to bring weapons with them. They're only allowed to bring a bolo.
Okay.
But then they have to duck because people are shooting at them.
Okay.
You know.
Shooting them.
Shooting at them because they're poachers for the tamaraws.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Right.
So we need to take care, empower our rangers, empower our environmentalists.
Right.
Take a look at the policy. Is it really being implemented?
Right.
Yeah, we need that. We need that.
So Sierra Madre is a KBA. What are the other KBAs in the area that you can cite off on top of your mind that's really very important for policymakers to
To take a look at. They should look at Zamboanga.
Okay.
Yeah, like in what's this? Not in Badcalis, Benguet.
Okay.
That's another area they have to look at.
Okay.
But Zamboanga and Agusan, Surigao, especially for the Dinagat,
Okay.
Dinagat Islands. Tapos, of course, Palawan.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, these are important areas. But Ana, that's the time that we have for today. I really appreciate you coming out and sharing your time and your insights about the importance of biodiversity and what Haribon is doing about it. Of course, lest I forget, Haribon is a membership organization.
Yes.
Maybe you would like to leave us a final message and talk about the organization and how people can get involved.
Sure. I'd like to tell people that Haribon, you can join Haribon Foundation, which is the first Filipino-made environmental organization in our country. We've been working with communities. We've been working with private corporations for more than 50 years. We are always welcoming new members to join our foundation. Right now, we've grown from 100 members to more than 230 members. And you can be part of that deciding group and how Haribon can move towards protecting the environment and saving our resources and our people.
Well, I invite people to go to your Facebook page and
website www.haribon.org.ph. You can take a look at our Instagram, which is Go Haribon.
Okay.
Yes, and of course Facebook. You can find us there as Haribon.
And get involved. Well, thank you, Ana, for your time. I'd like to thank our viewers watching this program live and those watching the replay. I'd also like to thank Pastor Apollo Kibuloy for making this program possible. This is Dante Klink of Business and Politics. I'll see you next week.